Okay, we're gonna go to part two. I never, you know, I never wanted to see my mother in pain. And my mom would, when we get to the hospital, she would flay her legs and arms, like a baby would, you know, and screaming and yelling at medical staff, "What am I doing here?" Da, 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 da. And even saying some off-color words to the staff. And I always tell my mom during these times, listen, we could do this the easy way or the hard way. I hope that you would choose the easy way, but 9 times out of 10, my mom would choose the hard way, knowing that she don't like having needles, IVs, or anything else. She don't like this. So, but she would rather take that route. And then after she's in a facility for, 10 days, I'd go visit her every day. I'd go visit her. And I would get really irate with staff if my mother was not treated right or she was neglected. You know, the thing with facilities is that they are not equipped to handling geriatric patients. Only very certain few selected places can do that. But the thing is, I'm very protective of my mother, and everywhere she went, I made sure to let them know, do not. Don't ever let my mother tell me that you guys have mistreated her or done things that are not of whatever the standard that I would prefer. Then you will have a problem with me. The journey with this has been for 8 years, from the very first day. I mean, my mom fought me tooth and nail and anything. And independence is a big thing. And no child wants to take that independence from their parent. There came a time in the last few years that I've had to have her sign a power of attorney and take over her payments from Social Security for her retirement and all this other stuff. And she hates that, but it was a necessary thing. Then you have to go to court and get conservatorship over her because she can no longer function and handle her own affairs. That's hard for a parent to have to deal with, knowing that their son or daughter or whoever is now they have to rely on you for everything, which is the ultimate, slap in the face. But I have to explain to my mother, Mom, I'm doing this for you. Okay? I'm the one that pays your bills. I'm the one that takes care of everything. And she's a woman that she thinks about everything. She's worried about everything. Did you pay my electric bill? Did you do this? Did you do that? Blah, blah, blah. Okay? And you have to, for 8 years, I've repeated the same thing. Mom, have I ever left you hanging on your bills, on anything? Have I ever left you alone here? And she'd always say no. But her mind, she knows in her mind that I've never hurt her and I've never done anything against her. But in her mind, she worries about these things. And she will verbally express these things. And it is a hard thing because for 8 years I repeated that same motto repeat the same thing over and over again. Mom, you don't need to worry about it. I've got this. There's been some funny times. I mean, there have been times, because my mom will constantly, during the night, yell out my name. John! John! And I'm like, she startles me awake. And I'm like, what? What? Oh, I was just wondering where you were. Well, I'm right here next in the bed. I mean, you didn't see me? She goes, no. I said, well, how can you miss that big old mound of blubber sitting all over there? it's funny because we, you know, my mom is this very special woman, and she tells me, John, you're my protector. You're everything to me, and I'm really upset with my brothers because my brother David, he did help minimally when I asked him to, because it was hard to give my mom a shower by a person by yourself, because she's moving around, she's constantly stepping, and you're afraid that she's gonna fall, and there's one person, me, in there trying to wash her, hold her, and it's a very, very, very strenuous situation. Now this is way before she went on hospice, and then after I had talked to somebody about hospice. Now, hospice was a good thing because we didn't know what was going on. And she's in her end stages of COPD, emphysema. She's off hospice now because they say she's stable enough to be off of it, which is fine. I mean, I'm content with that, but yet I still have my reservations about her being off. And when going through this time, then you have to deal, when you go to home health, you have to fight with the insurance companies. You have to fight for every little thing. That it took me 2 months to swap out all a hospice's equipment to what the insurance would approve. Now, most everything that I buy her is me paying for it, because sometimes the insurance company don't cover that, or you have to fight for the nurses' visits. You have to fight for physical therapy. You have to fight through everything with these insurance companies, which, I mean, I'm doing their job, and you should be doing your job. This is the journey that a person that's dealing with a parent, and my mom's situation, it is the most difficult thing in the world. When they're supposed to be doing their job, you're out running and doing their job. Then you got to worry about my mother. Okay, my mother, she is one of those women that I cannot leave 2 feet from her without her waking up out of her sleep. John, where are you? And then start crying thinking I left her. That's hard for a son to have to go through. I'm a human being. Okay, I'm human, just like everybody else.